Tonight, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers taking on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
I guess we have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week.
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he'd probably just tell him, listen, you want to get involved?
Go out.
Go out and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The numbers for Jones last week, north of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Love. He finds his man complete. That's Kramer. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Love from the gun. Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Play action this time with Love. Open man, Amari Rodgers complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. They go back to the ground with Jones. 1st down and much more here for Jones. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Love. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Throwing. Love. That's complete to Rodgers. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And McManus able to put it through. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. First try on offense for the Bucs and their veteran quarterback, Tom Brady.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at their own 26. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week, 17 carries, 108 for the yardage, and the score, too.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Fournette once more on 2nd down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. From the gun, it's Brady. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Evans. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Brady. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll run with Fournette. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Brady. Flush to his right. And he finds Gronk. And I put my first tally mark next to the Brady to Gronk counter here.
I think it may be the first of many, because once they get going, look out. Things tend to snowball. Tom Brady trusts Gronk as much as any receiver I think he's thrown to in his career. And it's evident when you see that.
And that's saying something.
That's saying something right there. But he's earned it.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Brady now to throw. And he's got Gronkowski. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rob Gronkowski, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
And now Coach Bruce Arians has made the call. His guys will go for 2. Brady's going to look to throw, and that is caught for the 2 points. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 51 yards on the ground for him so far. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags.
Face mask, defense.
Come on, dog! So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now the toss to Jones, running right. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Love now. He finds his man, complete. It's Kramer. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
A good gain on 1st, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Fournette. And he stopped immediately there. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw with Brady, eluding the pressure right. And a catch right side by Evans. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Now Fournette. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Chris Godwin, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
They will run it. It's Fournette. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team, because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses them about 4 yards. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down just inside the 10, back at the 9. Joe Tryon. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. To try again after the sack. Love. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Beckham the return. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
To throw is Brady. Escaping the pressure right.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Tarvarius Moore.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw it right into it for an interception.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out.
And the ball comes out. Love lost it, and the Buccaneers have it. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. Brady's throw complete there to Beckham.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Brady now on first down. Flushed out right. Going right back to Beckham here, complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And now Coach Bruce Arians has made the call. His guys will go for 2. Brady will look to throw for it. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And we'll see how they want to play this, just a little over. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Brady rolling to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. I have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So not the greatest of first halves for them, but a little ray of light here at the end. The late turnover becomes 3 points before the break.
Well, they certainly needed something positive to go their way. Maybe 3 points didn't seem like a huge deal in the grand scheme of things, but at least it's something to build on as they head into the half.
Second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Zach Wilson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we head up to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Patrick Mahomes, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the LA Rams and the Washington football team. In the game you're watching, it's who else? Tom Brady with a strong first half. His guys have just about put this one on ice already. As for the call of the second half, we turn things back over to to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone, and he returns this to the 22. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 76 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Dancing to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's a give to Fournette. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
A pass underneath for Fournette. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage. And
touchdown! It's complete. Leonard Fournette, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bucs take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Extra point up and good by Succop, and that will extend this big lead. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. Now, last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Love's throw into the hands of Cobb. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. From the 31, Love. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. That didn't appear to be a designed safety blitz. I think he was just going off instinct.
I love the way you described that, because I'm thinking along with you. I'm not sure that was designed that way, but he saw an opportunity, gambled a little bit, and made it pay off.
On 3rd down, Love. He finds his man, complete. That's Kramer. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. This will be fielded at the 17. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats?
Who?
You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that
by the time we have
positive.
to leave the booth.
This is Fournette, shedding the tackle. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. A handoff to Fournette. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Leonard Fournette. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers 31. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the run, it's Fournette. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Fournette running out of the gun. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. 145 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Now Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. To throw, it's Brady. This is caught. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Buccaneers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Extra point put through by Succop, and the lead will swell by 1 more. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Jordan Love ready on first down here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Bucs will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And here's Jones again on second down. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. On second down, it's Jones. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
8 yards to go on second down. Brady gives this one to Vaughn. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now Brady, flush to his right. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Extra point up and good by Succop, and that will extend this big lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Tampa Bay, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll get